And if I use minus negative numbers, still it won't be a triangle. As you can see, it is saying not. It means it's working. Okay, now I will use different one. Oh, where is it? Let's try to solve another question. CO5 ternary questions. Main method, and voila. And now it will be very easy. Take two numbers from user and print the big one. We are going to take two numbers from user, we will compare them, and we will print the higher one. Whichever is higher, we will print it. It is typical ternary question. First, let's take two numbers from user. Scanner, scan, new scanner system.in. Salt, please enter first number. Integer first number is scan.nextInt. This is the first number. Salt, please enter the second number. Integer second number is scan.nextInt. We have two numbers. Let's use ternary to print them. You know, I want to print the big number, high number. So I can directly print the ternary in sol to print it. You know, first I need to write the condition. If number one, first number, is higher than number two, second number, question mark. If it is true, I want to print the bigger one, right? And if this condition is true, it means bigger number is the first number. If it is not, it will print second number. That's all I need to do. It is giving us another solution. Don't worry about it. It should work. I will write two different numbers right now. First number is 15, or 51. The second one will be 15. And as you can see, it printed the bigger one. If the second one is the biggest number, let's check what happens. 15. Still, it works. It printed the high value. If they are same, it printed 15. If they are same, this will be false, and it will print the second number, but both of them are same, so it doesn't matter which one I print. As you can see, it is working without any problem. I will check YouTube if you have any question. No, we don't. Okay. Okay, let's continue then. We have solved, and you can solve all the questions. If you have time at the end, we will try to solve other questions. But for now, let's continue and try to understand the ternary. Okay, let's try to find the result of these calls. It says integer a is 10. If it is 10, we will check if it is higher than 0. Oh, let me change the color. It is higher than 10, so it will be true, right? It means we need to write the first one. It will print positive number. Second one, The condition is A should be higher than 20. A is 10 and it is not higher than 20. So it will be false. It won't execute the first one, it will execute the second one. And we are trying to print the value, right? There's a statement here. When you see it like this, it means first do the job, then increase the value. This is the rule of the increment. We will print the value of A, which is 10, and it will print 10. And then it will increase the value by 1. From now on, value of A is 11. Here 11, I have to write 11 because the value of A is 11. It is still lower than 100. Oh, as you can see, condition is here. Between two statements, we have OR operator. As long as one of them is true, the result will be true, if you remember. This one is true. 11 is lower than 100. Actually, I do not need to check other one, because if one of them is true, the result will be true. But still, let's check it. And it's false. 11 is not smaller than, lower than 0. But still, the final value is true. So we need to execute this code. Multiplication has priority. So at first, I need to do this calculation. 3 times 11 will be 31, 33. When I add 1 to it, it will be 34. Here we have X and Y, and we have also Z. This is a good example. We have learned there's increment and decrements, the order of them. If the increment is before the value, first we need to do the decrement or increment. If it is after it, first we need to calculate, we need to execute the code, then we should increase the value of Y. Let me create X and Y here. First value of X is 10, and the Y's value is 15. Z equals to, if A is higher than 0, it is 11, so it is higher than 0, this part will be true. This means I will use this one. This is the result of the turner. So I can say it like this. It is actually like this. Integer Z equals to Y plus plus. This is the code. Then we calculate the turner. When it is like this, it means first do the job, then the increment. Y's value is 15. Z will also be 15. And then Z will be 15. Then I should increase the value of Y to 16. Okay, when we try to print the values, X is 10, 11 is, Y is 16, Z is 15, as you can see. 10, 16, 15. I hope it's enough for you. Okay, let's continue. Let me check YouTube and Slack, then Zoom. If you have any question, please ask. And I can be able to see any question. Nested ternary. And nested ternary, just like if else statements, we are going to write another ternary inside of an outer ternary. I wouldn't use it because yes, it works, but when write it, actually it's a little hard to understand or solve the puzzle. It will seem like a real puzzle to everybody. And I will show you. It is better than explaining. As you can see, it is saying not recommended. This we have a question here. Let me copy it. So I couldn't be able to find it. Oh, okay, I did it. I will create another class, CO6 nested. Instead of trying to explain it, I think writing is better option for us. Main method. Now, first we need to understand the question, of course. We will get an integer from user. Okay, that's the easiest part. If the number is positive, if the number is higher than 0, print an even number or not even number. Oh, we will check if it is an even number or if it is not an even number. You know, this is the first if statement or ternary, and inside of it, we need to check something else. This is the second one. If the number is not positive, print operative 3-digit or non-digit options. Okay. If it is not positive, if it is a 3-digit number, we will print this 3-digit number. That's an easy, interesting question. First, I will use if-else statements and ternaries together, and we will be able to understand what's going on. Then I will try to solve everything with a nested ternary. At first, I will use if-else statements. You know, this is the main if statement, if it is positive or else. If, oh, we have forgotten to take a number from user. Scanner, scan, new scanner system, in, sort, please enter a number. Let's store number, integer number is scan.nextInt. We have a number now, which is taken from user. And let's create our first if-else statements. If number is higher than 0, I will print, sorry. We will calculate this. Else, I need to check this. Okay, as you can see, I created the skeleton. Now I can continue my coding. If the number is higher than 0, I will print even number or not an even number. Okay. To check it, the condition is, you know, number modulus 2. If it is equal to 0, it means even number. Let's use a ternary here. The condition, number modulus 2 equals to 0. If it is like this, not that one. If it is like this, I will write even number. If it is not like this, we will print odd number. We cannot use a ternary all alone, so I need to write it between under sort command, and it's working as you can see. This is the main condition. If it is and if it can be Divide by 2, it means it's an even number, otherwise odd number. I have used if statements and a ternary all together. Let's check the second one. We will check if the number is a two-digit number or not. I will use another ternary now. First, I need to write the condition. If the number is, it's a little hard to understand at first. If it is lower than minus or lower or equal to minus 99. And at the same time, if it is lower than minus 99, it means minus 100, and it makes it a three-digit number. But it should not have four-digit in numbers, so it should be bigger than. And at the same time, numbers should be bigger or equal to, or let's say bigger, minus 1,000. If that's correct, it is a three-digit number. Not that one, question mark. That's the condition of the ternary. The number should be between those numbers. If it is, it means it has three digits in it. If this true, we will print two-digit. If it is not two-digit. You know, I cannot use ternary all alone like this. I need to make an assignment, or I need to print it in sort column. I will print it in sort column. Okay, it should work. Let's try. And I will try to explain one more time. It says presenting number. Okay, I will enter 25 or 15. Now I will enter 26, even number. It seems like it is working. Let's use a minus number, minus 10. Not three-digit. Okay, let's use a three-digit number, negative number, minus 100, three-digit. It is working perfectly fine. I have tested all the options here. Right now, let's try to use inner ternary, nested ternary. We do not have any nested ternary here. This is a ternary, and this is other ternary. But as you can see, no nested ternary. This is a normal ternary, just like we have learned until now. Nested ternary makes things really complicated. Let's use it. I will create string result, and it will be equal to a ternary. The first condition is positive or negative, right? When I check the condition, first I need to check if the number is positive. If it is true, I will write another ternary. I will write this ternary inside of it. But at first, I need to check if the number is positive. If it is positive, I will write this ternary, this one, to calculate if it is even number or odd number. Main condition is number should be higher than 0. Question mark. If it is true, this code will be executed. If it is false, this one should be executed. And then I will print sort result. But before that, I will write another thing, result of ternary. As you can see, I did it. This is the condition part. This is the question. This ternary will be executed if the main condition is true, main condition. If the main condition is false, this ternary will be executed. Let me clean everything and let's check it. If it is working, I will try to explain it from different angle. I will enter 15. At first, it printed odd number, which comes from if else statement, and the result of ternary is odd number, as you can see. Now I will use to empty. If else statement says even number, result of ternary is even number. Let's use minus numbers right now. Minus 10, non-3 digit, result of ternary is same. Minus 100, 3 digit, 3 digit. It is working. It means we will be able to do everything right. Okay, now I will try to explain why it may be really complicated to understand. If I did not write it like this, let me show it. If it was like this, same code, but as you can see, it is really hard to understand. This is a nested ternary. Can you understand what's happening here? If you can, you might be a genius. Of course, we can understand it, but first we need to separate the ternaries. If it is like this, try to focus on the last one. I prefer it doing it that way. Here, this is the first one. First ternary, I could be able to see nested ternary. The symbols are required to create a ternary. And when I check here, this is the first inner ternary. Nested ternary. And this is the main condition. Main condition, if it is the main condition is true, this will be executed. If it is false, this one will be executed. And as you can see, you can do it like this. But it's very hard to see it if you don't make it that way. Okay. So when we write it like this, it's much easier to understand. Let's go back to the slide. You know, the same question, if a is higher than 0, we will write the code here. If it is true, this code will be executed. If it is false, this one will be executed. And here, instead of writing something, I can write another ternary, right? If I write this code here directly, if it is true, this code will be executed. And if it is false, this one will be executed. This is the logic of the nested ternaries. Don't do it. You do not need it. Just use if else statements. If I were you, I will do it like that. But of course, it's totally up to you. You can use any of them, or you can create a mixed system. You can use if else statements and ternaries all together, just like we did in this question. Yes. Can you tell me what's the result of this way? Or let me solve it. I will solve the first one, but I will ask the second and third one to you. Okay, let me solve this one. I will try to solve it. First, we'll try to find the main condition. This is the main condition, right? It seems so. The second one is, and nested ternary is here. And this is the second nested ternary. Let's write in the ternaries. This is the condition of the inner ternary. If it is true, if it is false. This is the condition of the nested ternary. If it is true, if it is false. Okay, now I can solve it easily. Let's check. It says A is higher than 5. 10 is higher than 5. It is true. I will go to this part. This ternary will be executed. A is still 5. A is higher than 0. 5 is higher than 0. It is true. So we will go to this. We have found 100 here. And now I will ask you to solve the second one. If possible, can you tell me the solution of the second nested ternary? What is the result of the second one? I expect answer from you if it is possible. I'm checking YouTube, Zoom, and Slack channel all the same time. So, do we have an answer for the second ternary? Now, okay, let me solve it for you. Let's clean everything. That is the main ternary's condition. And this part is the main ternary's false statement. And this is if the main condition is true, this one will be executed. Let's check the nested ternaries. If B is, this is the condition of the nested ternary. If it is true, if it is false. This is the main condition of the nested ternary. True, false. Okay. Now I need to check if B is smaller than lower than A. B is 20. I'm writing 10. A is 10. It is false, right? So we need to directly go to the second part. And now check if A is lower than 10. 10 is not lower than 10. It is false. Then I need to go here. I need to make the calculation. The result of B divided by 20 divided by 10, it is 2. It will print Q. What about the last one? This is the main condition. And this is the nested ternary. And we have another nested ternary. I think I did it right. It says if A equals to B, 10 and 20 is false. This one should be executed if it is true, and the we should go to the second one. Here we should check if A is smaller than B. it is A is 10, B is 20, this is true. And I will execute this one. A plus B, 10 plus 20 becomes 30. It will print 30. Enough ternaries. You won't see this ternary in your life. You may not see it in your lifetime. Oh, don't worry. I can see that your connection is not stable. I can feel that. If you can understand the logic of ternary, it is enough for me. And thank you very much for the comment. Okay, let's continue. Yes, let's try to solve another question about the ternaries, and then we will jump to the next one. Or it's enough. Don't worry. This is not very important topic, and I think we are not going to use it in our life. So let's go to the important one. The next topic is important. Switch statements. We are going to use this switch code a lot of times when you are creating projects, or if you want to create a menu like an ATM or any kind of menu. In the background, there will be a switch. For example, when you call a customer service with your phone, they will tell you, press 1 if it is about online shopping, press 2 if it is about shipment, press 3 if you want to receive a message or call later. So, as you can see, according to your number entered, according to number you entered, the system will execute different code. This is most of the time in this kind of situations, switch case will be used. In the background, in the coding, of course, there is a coding for this one. A switch case will be used. Yes, we can do the same thing by using if-else statements, and it takes a lot of time to construct an if-else statement. And I will try to show you. And first, I will try to solve the question by using if-else statement. Then I will use a switch to make it easier for you. Yes, let's say we want to print the day of the week according to number user enters. If user enters 1, it will print Monday. If it is the 2, system will print Thursday. Let's try to solve that kind of question. CO7, this is an important topic, switch. We will use it out of time, unlike ternary. Main method and the question. Oh, it's a long one, okay. Let me handle it. Yes, according to number user enters, we will print the day of the week. First, we need to take a number from user scanner, scan, new scanner, system.in. Start. Please enter a number. And let's store that number. The number will be taken from user. Okay, now we have a number, and according to that number, we will print a day. If day number equals to 1, we will print Monday, right? So Monday. Else if it is day number 2, I will print something else, Tuesday. So Thursday. And as you can guess, if it is if the number equals to 3, I will print Wednesday. And let me copy it. If it is 4, we will print Thursday. If it is, if it is 5, Friday. If it is 6, Saturday. If it is 7, finally Sunday. Oh, I think we have. Okay, now I did it, but I think it doesn't seem right to human eye too, because it seems very complicated, but it works. They say if it works, don't touch it. But there's an easier way and a proper way of doing it. But first, I will check if it is working. Oh, it did wrong. I will enter 4, and it says Thursday. If I enter 1, it should be Monday. Monday. If I enter a big number, it says nothing. So let's write else. If all of them are wrong, we will write, please enter a number between 1 and 7. Now it will work. If all of them are wrong, this code will be executed. 13, please enter a number between 1 and 7. It's working, but it's a longer version, and we do not want to write it like this. Here the code. If the number is blah blah, if the number is blah blah, if the number is 7 blah blah. What switch is better? When you switch, you can directly jump to somewhere. If you use 4, for example, system will directly jump to the case 4, and it will print or it will execute whatever code you use there. Okay, I will make all these statements a comment, and I will write it by using switch case. To use it, first we need to write switch, and the switcher should be here. According whatever I enter here, the system will switch to different case. This is the day number. If user enters 1, it will switch to switch 1. And case 1. Whatever I write here, if user enters 1 as a day number, it will switch to case 1 because it is 1. User entered 1, and this is the case 1. So Monday. Case 2, so Thursday. No. Case 3, start Wednesday. Case 4, start Thursday. Case 5. Believe me, it's better than writing a lot of if statements like this. South Friday. Case 6. South Saturday. Friday, sorry. Typo there. Case 7. South Sunday. And at the end, if all of them are wrong, we did write something, and I will do the same thing, but the coding is a little different. I will add a default value here. Default start this. As you can see, I have created a lot of different case situations according to user enters. If user enters 7, it will print this. If user enters something wrong, let's enter 13 again. We haven't written any code for 13. It will write, please enter a number between 1 and 7. And this default is executed here. Let's explain something here. If I enter 5, normally I expect to see Friday, right? But it will be a little different. As you can see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and the default is on the console. All of them are on the console. Well, let me explain what happened here. When we entered 5, system directly switched to the case 5. But because we haven't stopped the code, it printed the Friday and continued to the end of the switch and printed all of them and default value. To prevent this, after each case, we need to write break. This will press break and stop the coding. And when code sees a break, it won't continue the next case. So you should not forget to use break after each case when you use switch. It's very important. Now it will work. Now let me make it a little smaller. Let's delete the spaces so we will be able to see all of them in one line, one page. Now, according to the number I choose, I enter, it will go to the dead switch and it will print a Friday. And because of this break, it won't switch, it won't jump to the next cases. It will end. After writing the Friday, it will go to the end of the switch without writing anything else. Let me do it here. I will write 5 one more time. And as you can see, we can see on the Friday right now. And it means it's working. Thank you very much. Let's have our break time now. And we will continue after 10 minutes. If I can find the counter. Oh, it is here. Let me make it smaller. See you after 10 minutes. Hello again. Let's continue where we have left. Yes, we could be able to use switch case. Let me explain one more time. If you want to create a menu or different options from the code, for example, code comes here. When you use switch, you can create a lot of different situations for different options. For example, if user enters 1, it will print Monday. If it is 2, it will print Thursday. Things like that. Of course, we shouldn't think this way. Whatever you write after this case 2, it will be executed. It can be math calculation, it can be opening a door, or it can be advocate in a games like fighter. Anything can happen, of course. So in this kind of situations, if you want to create a lot of different ways according to a value or anything, you should use switch case. And you know, in ATMs, if you want to, when you put your money to bank account, if you want to withdraw, they will ask you, please select something from the menu. You open the you enter your card, enter passport, and this is the menu. Withdraw money, put money, or send money, things like that. Pay any bills, things like that. When you select one of them, for example, when you select this, select switch case will be executed, and according to the value you have entered here, or you choose a different case will be executed. Just like this, if it is first, this will be executed. If it is 2, 3, and 4. Just like this, you can find a lot of different, of course, examples from our life. Everything actually works with switch cases. If there's a menu there, it means it is a switch case. Not always, but nearly always. Okay. We did it. Let's go back to the case slide. Sorry. As you can see, it is the same code, switch number, and according to number, different case situations are being executed. You know, this is the switcher trigger. You can say whatever you want. We have used an integer data for this number in our question. You cannot use long, double float, or Boolean data types for this switcher. You cannot. You can use another data types. You can use string or char, but not. It shouldn't be long, double float, or Boolean. You cannot use them as a switcher. We have to use break after each case. Otherwise, keep that in mind. When you enter 1, the system will continue until it sees break. Whenever it sees first break, it will stop. If you don't use break, when you enter 1, it will execute all of the calls. But there's another option for this one. If you want to group a few cases, you do not need to use break for that. I will try to solve another question for that, for this explaining. Yes, in the end, when you write default, if user enters another number which is not mentioned as a case here, default code will be executed, and you can write anything here. It is like else at the end of else if statements. Okay, let's try to solve a few questions here. I will write We can solve this one, I think, question 4. It is very similar to the one I want to explain here. It's a little longer than I expected, but we can solve it. I will take the question from slide. Okay, I have it. CO8, switch. Okay, we will get a letter from user, and user wants to know the mean of any letter here. For example, if user enters I will write international. If it is S, I will write software. For T, testing, qualifications, board. User will enter a letter, and according to that letter, I will write the explaining of that letter. Of course, we can solve this question by using if-else statements, but we prefer using switch this time because it is better. So we will get a letter from user. It means scanner. New scanner system.in. Okay, we have this scanner. So, as always, I have forgotten the main method, and I will write main method, and it's now here. I will continue. So, please enter the letter you want to learn. If user enters I, we will print international. Then we have to store it. I will store it in a char because we are looking for one character here, scan.next.char@0. If you are planning to take char from user, you have to write it like this. If you are planning to take the first char, of course, because we have entered 0 here. Yes, we have the letter. Now, let's create the switch. You know, in this switch, switcher is letter. According to letter user enters, we will jump to this different case. First case, for example, when user enters I. You know, it's it should be a char because switcher is a char. You should write the case according to it. We used a char, so case operator should be a char. You know, okay, I can make it like this. If user press I, it will print international. Okay, what happens if, and if you remember, after that, I should use break to stop everything, jumping to another case. But let's group a few things here. What happens if user enters a lowercase? I still want to write this one, right? So I will write it like this, case I. And as you can see, if user enters lowercase I, system will come here. And because there's no break here, system will continue to the capital I. And then still there's no break, it will print international. Then it will stop because there's a break here. Just like this. Let's continue. And for all of them, I will try to do the similar thing. Case S. And for the capital S, I will do the same thing. Case S. I will write software. If user enters a capital or lowercase s, it will print software. And then we should break, right? That's the end of the software. So whatever user enters T, Let's prepare them to case P and capital T. So testing. Case Q, lowercase, and case Q. Solve qualification. The last one is B, case B, and I want to run same code for case capital B. Solve for, right? Okay. And at the end, we should create a default. Default, so you did not enter a letter of ISTQB. And this is that. It will work. Let's run it. Okay, I will enter I. International, it's working. What happens if I enter S? Software. I will use capital T. Oh, as you can see, I have forgotten to enter breaks. And because of that, and as you can see, I have forgotten to enter breaks, and it did wrote all of them. After each one of them, I should have added break, another break, and after this one, there should be another break here to stop executing all of them. I will write T one more time, capital T, and this time I should only see the testing. Voila, it's working. It wasn't, but right now it's working. QMB, lowercase q is coming, qualification, and capital B. It's working without any problem. I have grouped a few cases, as you can see. Both these two cases will work together. I mean, it doesn't matter which one user enters, this code will be executed. It is same for others too. I can write a lot of different cases, and if user enters one of them, this code will be executed. Okay, I think that's enough. I will try to solve another one. This time, let's check the questions. 6, get a month number from user and print the season. Okay, this one is a good question. We will get a number between 1 and 12. And according to that number, we will print the season. Winter, autumn, or summer, spring. Okay. Let's do that. I will solve this question 6. I have found it and copied to the IntelliJ. See online. Switch. It's a very easy question, don't worry. And we will follow the similar logic. Main method, and okay. It says get a number from user. Scanner, right? Scan new scanner system in thought please enter month number and integer month number Then next thing. We have the number. Now let's create our switch case right now. Switch, and it trigger will be more number, and according to that number, we will create switch. Let's imagine the seasons. 12 first month, and the second one is winter. Winter. We'll group those numbers all together. 3, 4, and 5 is spring. Yes, and 6, 7, and 8, summer, and 9, 10, 11, fall, autumn, fall. This is the switch cases, and I will use those numbers, and if user enters one of them, the system will say winter. If user enters any number over here, it will be spring, and all for the others, it will be like this. Okay, let's create the case. This is a number. I do not need to use any single cuts or double cuts, just write the number. If it is 12, or if the case is 1 or 2, I will print south winter. After that, I should have break, because right now I am not trying to write anything else. If user enters case 3, case 4, and case 5, for all those cases, we will print south spring. And after that, I should write break. Of course, I always forget to write break. So if I do, please remind me. Case 6. Sorry. Case 7. Case 8. There's our summer. So summer. And then break. Case 9. Case 10. Case 11. These are the 4. And then we have to write default, right? Default, which means user entered another number. So it is not a month number. Let's write. I will enter 11. Oh no, I should have run it from here, sorry. 11 and fall, and it's not a month. Oh, after this one, I have forgotten to write break. So it is also writing it's not a month number. Now it should work. 11 is coming. 11 fall. If I write 9, it's still should be same answer. 9 fall. If it is 10, still fall. What about 4? This will be the last one. Spring. Oh, I have forgotten to write something here. Oh, I think there should be an R here. As you can see, we could be, as a testers, we could be able to find 2 bugs here. First one was a break, and the second one was a typo. We did our job, so the code is also working perfectly fine. Do you have any question for me? I would love to answer them. Okay, I couldn't be able to see anything, and there is no question in YouTube channel too. I will continue. So let's try to solve a question, quiz. But first, let me arrange it. It will take only a few seconds. I will create it and then I will try to solve it. Normally, I was giving you the link before the lesson. You should solve it yourself, then we will solve them together. But right now we don't have that option, so I'm solving them during the lesson. Yes, this is our second or third one. I cannot remember. Let me check. No, this is the third one, sorry. And it's about to be ready. Okay, right now I think we're ready. You can solve it yourself after the lesson. Just write Socrates student here and click on this login or student login, whatever you want. Right here, Madam 8603, and enter your name. Come on, ask my name. Rory. Okay, this is our first question. You have 1 minute to solve it. Okay, let me solve it. You know, when we see this kind of calculation, we should check the priorities. First, powers. There is no power here. Second, brackets, if there are. Third one is the multiplication or division, and the last, plus and minus. Okay. Oh, we have an answer, 29, which is possible. We will see in no time. Okay. We have a plus here. First brackets, 9 it is. Then multiplication, when I multiply 9 by 3, it will be 27. And when I add to it 2 plus 27, yes, it will be 29. That's correct. Thank you very much for your answer. But the rest question will be harder, of course. I'm not sure. The second one is here. Let me make it a little bigger. And you have 1 minute. 1 minute, sorry. Okay, yeah, B, the plus here. Integer number is 5, and integer second number is also 2. We will try to find 5 divided by 2. Normally it is 2.5, but integer result cannot store decimals, so it will be 2. Thank you very much. And the right answer comes from you. The third one is coming. Okay, stage is yours. This is a little tricky. Oh, another right answer. That's correct. Let me explain the result. We have 5 and 2. Normal result is 21. Yes, that's correct. And we are trying to assign it to a double. Normally, we should be able to do it that way. But when you try to divide integer by another integer, the result will be calculated as an integer. So when we divide 5 by 2, the result will be 2.5. But as I told you that the result should be an integer and it will be 2. And after calculating it, it will be 2. Then when we assign it to a double, it will be like this. When you divide integer by another integer, the result will be always an integer. Don't forget that. This is the K info here. And this is the right answer. Yes. Thank you very much. Think here, there's a space between those double cuts, and there's a space before John. And after all, there is a space character. And between double cuts, there's a space. Please, and which one prints Ali John to the screen? There might be more than one right answer. There's a space between John 2. Oh, space, of course. Just like here, there is a space between Ali and John, the desired outcome of this question. And there's a space character in double cuts. Here we have a space. And there's a space character before John. We have a space here. And here, after Ali, there's a space. And here, between double cuts, we have another space. Okay, let me solve it. We are looking for Ali, John, and there's a space here. A is correct, but there are more than one correct answers here. Ali and the space John. There should be one space here. This is the desired outcome of this code. Yes. String one. String one is Ali. It will print Ali. And as you can see, a space. That's correct. A, B, C are correct answers. Thank you very much. After that, there's a space, and then it will print John. So it is Ali John. Correct. It will print Ali and space. First, it will print Ali and space. Then it will add John to it. John. This is also correct. This one, there's a space before the John. At first, it will print Ali. Then space John. Correct. This is also correct. This one will print Ali and without anything, John, a space. This is not correct. So we have ABC right answers. Yes. What will be seen at the end of this code? No, this won't be. There is the right answer here between A, B, C. Let's check it now. First, we have a number, we have an integer, and we have a string. The thing is, string is strong. You should remember this motto. String will always convert, translate, transfer the second data type to string. When you write string Ali plus 5, because string is strong, the second one will act like another string. This string is strong. Let's try to do it. You know, we have those volumes. Java always start with from the left side. And this is the first code it will try to execute. String Ali. And after that, there's a number 4. This is a string, you know, this is a number. And string is strong. Both of them will act like strings. So it will be like Ali 4. Then number 2 will come plus 5. This is a string, and string is strong. The other one will also act like a number. So instead of math calculation, it will act like Java will do the concatenation. So it will be Ali 4, 5. This is the right answer, A. If you want, I can explain it again. No? Okay, let's continue. Right now, we have different numbers and another volume, but you should be careful. There are brackets, and it means there is a priority here. You should calculate the brackets first, then the rest. Oh, you have changed the. Hello again, Ramazan. You have changed the picture. It's a nice one. I hope your connection gets better. Oh, I see. Let me solve this question then. First, we will print the string. Of course not, we won't, because I see. I hope you have charts in your phone too. So because of those brackets, we need to make the calculation first. 4 plus 5, it will be 9. Then I should add it to the string. As you can see, brackets change the order of the calculations and concatenations. I should add Ali to it. So it will be Ali 9, which is here. Now let's go to the next question. Which of follow screen output are not true? What it means by are not true? It is asking if there's a typo here in this coding. Or some of them should be false. Yes, when we do it, we can. Ramazan is asking, can we add string and integer? Yes, when we do it like this, Ali plus 5, string is strong and it will convert this integer. It will pressure, it will imply a pressure on it, and the number will also act like a string. Because of that, we are saying string is strong. But if you write it like this, 3 plus 5, this first one is string. Yeah, it seems like a number, but it is still a string. So instead of addition, the Java will do the concatenation. The result will be 35 instead of 8, because one of them is string, and the other one will also act like a string. It will do the concatenation. It will concat them like this. So here, let me solve this question. See, outputs, it says, it means most of the time there is more than one right answer. What is the other one? There is another wrong answer or a typo. Yes, that's correct. Thank you very much. You are. I couldn't be able to see it at first. That's correct. Normally, when we are comparing the numbers, instead of one equal symbol we had to use two equal symbols. But here, the coder has used one, so this is not true. This one is false too, because 5 is not smaller than 5. It is false, but when we check the other ones, this one is 5 and 5 is equals to 5. This is correct. And it says 6 is not equal to 5. It is also true. So we have 2 true, and the wrong ones are here, A and C. B, it says which of following is incorrect for OR operator. This is true. This symbol is for OR operator. And if one of the conditions is true, it is sufficient for the result to be true. This is also true. You know, OR operator is optimistic. If there's if one of them is true, it makes the result true. This is also true. And yes, C is also true. I think this is the hardest one. It is also true. So none of them are incorrect. If one of the conditions is true, the result will be true when we use OR operator. Okay, and I think the next one will be about AND operator. And this is the last question. After this one, we will end the lesson. So we have two different AND operators, if you remember. One of them is like this. B and C are incorrect. What about A? Is it correct? Let's see. We have AND operator and AND operator. They work the same thing, but you know, if you remember, this one was more advanced version of the single one, because they were together. There were two people working on the same thing. We can imagine it like this. So because of that, it is faster. Single one is not the fastest one. The AND operator is faster. So this is also not correct. So we have all of them is not correct. Thank you very much for today, and we will continue on Wednesday. I hope to see you on Wednesday. Thank you very much, and good night. If you have any question, you can send them to me. Good night.